Watching the Talkmania, and I'm back with another album review. And this album review will be Midnight's new album, Let There Be Witchery. I was supposed to review this a while ago, didn't get around to listening to it first to see if I would actually review it, to end up buying a copy of it, which, as you know, I'm doing a review of it, so I like this album. I would say this album is more like Venom mixed with Motorhead. But not completely like worship like other bands would do. They definitely have their own style to it, which kind of sets them out from everybody else that decides to do stuff like this. Um, yeah, wasn't expecting much from this album, but it was amazing. Had to buy a copy, so here I am reviewing it. Um, Telepathic Nightmares is a great fast track to start this album. It's got the black and speed metal, and out of the gate, completely black and speed metal, like I said before. Kind of a weird style. I've really never like the only time I've ever heard black and speed metal is like with Venom. Like those, that's like the only band I can think of that actually does that style, other than this band. I really like the opening riff on Frothing for Foulness. It has a Motorhead mixed with Venom feel to it. Um, In Sinful Sorcery brings the speed metal sound with the fast paced riffs and vocals, brings the black metal sound. I really do. I think this album is a classic. This is going to be a classic album that we look back on and say, this is different than mostly everything we've ever heard before. Like I said, thinking, why did I say it's like that? Like the two other bands, but it's like the only thing I could really compare it to. It's that original that you can't really compare it to anything else but those two bands, which it doesn't exactly sound like those bands either. So that's another good part. And Nocturnal Molestation, one of the best songs on this album. The song brings back the controversial song themes of old and continues them throughout the album. That's another thing that I think this album does quite good on, is bringing back the old themes, the controversial themes that metal has gone away from. Songs of like sacrificing virgins and stuff like that. I'm talking about Devil Virgin here, which, yeah, metal's gone away from that stuff. It's gone away from mostly because people get really fucking butthurt over it, and it's just fantasy metal. Like, come on, guys, it's fantasy metal. These guys do it great. I really do like this album. Don't get all butthurt over this album because of it. There's gonna be one person, oh well, but I say oh well to it. Like, the people got butthurt over Barnes' "Dead Girls Don't Scream" song. It's like it's metal, man. Um, More Torment is evil, as fast as fuck, is all fuck Venom inspired, but not worshipping monster of a song. I kind of made a tongue twister for myself in the script. Sorry about that. I thought it would be a good way of saying it, but honestly, that was hard to say. The riffs are straight fire, absolutely straight fire riffs on this song and the rest of this album. And yeah, More Torment. Yeah, it's like I said before, More Torment, kind of like that, like controversial song themes of like killing and stuff like that kind of fell out with metal. Now it's more like emotional themes, and I do like this return to this like unholy, disgusting theme. Let There Be Sodomy explains itself, an evil, sinful song that will leave religious nuts pissed and us metalheads wanting more. This album, like I said, like I put on the script, this album is gonna be a classic. If it isn't a classic, it's a big crime, because this album should be a classic album. Um, Let There Let There Be Sodomy is the same thing with the two songs ahead of it. this one is part of that like controversial theme type songs that they have later on in the album that we're getting to now. Devil Virgin, another evil song that is what the satanic panic of the late 20th century was scared about. Like, if you read up on that stuff, this kind of evil stuff in metal was what people were so pissed about, and what like I have gone out of my way to try to find in metal and listen to and enjoy for just how just fucking evil it is. And this song accomplishes that. It accomplishes that obsession I've had with this stuff. And yeah, Snake Obsession, another song that adds to the cannon fodder, which is the sound of this album. Unholy, evil, and completely fucking nuts. Like, this album is completely fucking nuts. I think it's one of the craziest albums I've ever heard. If I had to compare it to any of like the old Venom albums, like Venom's lyrics are quite cheesy. This is like almost straight evil type. Like, I would listen to this album over like some of the Venom albums, honestly. Most Venom albums, I would listen to this album more over the Venom albums. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm sorry about saying that, but it's just the truth, honestly. Villainy, Wretched Villainy, the title explains the song. Everything evil, terrorizing is contained in here. Thundering guitars, loud drums, what not to like. Sex Witchery, the last song on the album, is a riff guitar-oriented closer song that brings the evil and ferocity of the previous songs. Man, 30 minutes and I'm absolutely fulfilled. Thank you, Midnight, for a grand album. I like everything on here. There's nothing to hate about this album. A lot of people are going to hate the controversial song themes, like about all the like controversial stuff they put in this album, but oh well. Like it's why I go to this album. I'm into controversial song themes. Like, if I did a band myself, I would do that. Like, yeah, I like this album. I really do. I like this full album. I don't like. I don't. I like everything on here. I don't like just. I'm getting stuck on what I'm trying to say, but you got the picture. I like everything. I dislike nothing, and I really hate nothing. So I'll see you guys in the next video.